Hello, welcome to another video. This one we've got Kick, Knight and Enrique facing off against myself as Paradox, Offend to Defend and Tekilaz of the Rack. The map's flat, so you can see by the annoying cliffs everywhere. And there seems to be quite a bit of nerfs for people to put into nurseries and get that passive food income on the go. I've rolled the Confederacy here, got the Gungans and the Empire, whereas Kick is also the Empire, Gungans and Confederacy, so this must be using the mirror random technology. I'm assuming on IG Zone, SWGBCC, whatever it was back then. Just getting those nurseries full. Just going to speed this up a little bit, get through the early game that we've all seen many times, until we get to some action. As it's a somewhat long game, not the longest that we've covered, but just a longer than usual one. So everyone's got about 8 nerfs, it would seem, and some fruit bushes to get a bit of food on the go, and sort of flocks of cadus that could be eaten. They're not necessary though. They even out to about the same as farms, really. It looks like Offend to Defend has had all of his nerfs basically stolen by Enrique over here, who's not actually found his starting 4. This is very strange. So Offend to Defend has eaten the few that he had. This guy's missed 6 of his, but stolen probably about 6 from his opponent. That's just so bizarre. Strange. What's his vision? He barely scouted around his own base. There's 2 more that he's found, because he's taken about 6. And I don't think any of those 6 are his 6. Where's his other 2? Maybe he's found 2 of his own? If there's an average of 8, I guess so. Anyway, very, very strange, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes on that wing. So everyone having to go into farms now because there's just not enough food to get you to T2. Unless you sat and ate all your nerfs, but then you wouldn't have the passive food income for the rest of the game. So I fortunately am in the pocket position in this game, so I will be safe from the antics of the wing rushing. See Tekilaz and Kick both getting troop centres down here, setting up for such shenanigans. Enrique looking like he's going to be T3ing. Offend to Defend likely doing the same here. He has munched all of those cadus. That extra bit of food. Lots of troops out here for Kick. Put this back to normal speed now. Send these lads upgraded as troopers now across the map to Tekilaz. He's quickly getting turrets down, just to make sure he doesn't get overwhelmed here, as he doesn't quite have the same count of troopers. See, we've found 2 nerfs and given them to Offend to Defend here. Well, he's going to put them in a nursery. And Enrique's still not found these 4 nerfs. So got Kick arriving at the base after dispatching that Tuskcat there. Walking into garrison turret, it's going to do a lot of damage there. The troops, however, overextending a bit, getting sniped. Losing 3 there, when he shouldn't have lost anything. Should have killed 2 troops for free with the turret. Oh, the miss micro. Loses 2 more for nothing. Either had to commit there or not make the move in the first place. Buildings down for herself on the way to T3, same for Knight. And same for Enrique, and offend to defend. Kick doing the prowl around Tekilaz' base here though. No room for counter-attacking for Tekilaz. Struggling to get enough troops out as well. Kick with it. Probably a bit too early for a war centre. It's got farms to rebuild and extra farms to add on and such. Looking for angles here. Tekilaz is finding them but not committing to the fight. So these troops have gotten so much value out of themselves considering how long they've been able to wander around the base looking for holes with which to kill workers in. Workers on ore here. Looking for the Geonosian. T3. Should be looking to put that fort down soon. Kick sending troops to myself there. Bit annoying. Tekilaz is going to counter-attack, but with half the amount of troops Kick sending towards him. Really not done too well with his macro here. Just going to lose all of those for free, it would seem. I think this fort will go up before these guys get here. Be very good in terms of defending this. Probably need the wall, I guess. Haven't made any strike mechs. Troops arrive, but the fort goes up. I think Kick is too busy microing these guys to properly micro these guys, so this has been a... He did get a worker, not too bad. Does confirm there's a fort. Sharing that information with his teammates, make sure that they make anti-air to deal with the Geonosians. Anti-air mobiles from Knight here. Don't know if he's going to rally them to his wings or not. First Geo flying over at Kick now, who is starting to make anti-air troopers. Strike mechs being rallied towards me, but straight into the fort, which is going to do some decent damage to them. And this area is quite well protected. You need to start hitting the farms and the Nova. That's the area that's not got the fort cover. Send a mech destroyer over there to our wing Tekilaz. And Geo not being microed very well. Unfortunately, we've lost that instantly. And going to be sending another one out, it seems, which is probably not the right idea. That is Mr. Enrique, looks very vulnerable to Geos. Looks like they deleted their spaceport, I'm not sure why. Maybe a misclick? Or maybe that mech destroyer was stuck in between. Could be the reason. Could have been stuck here. I hear workers dying, but I'm not sure. Oh, there's a few that were hunting that have been killed there. So these Geos are just going to wander around looking for damage. Kick does have like 3 or 4 different areas to defend in his base. The way that he spread his workers out, which will be difficult with anti-air troopers. Especially if the Geos form a gang. But again, terrible micro. Don't know if there's lag there as well. The reactions haven't been very good. I think these two on full health could actually win this trade. We get on top of them. Still a lot of workers dying. Oof, so lucky that that one took the volley. The guys sneak off with no health. I don't know if there's much else happening on the map. Oh, I've got a nice little push here from offend to defend onto the mighty Enrique. Haven't make a defensive turret. Rallying his grenadier to death. And Geo's going over now looking for some damage on Knight, but he's built his base in a sort of lateral line that's got all these anti-air mobiles and a turret as well, so he's going to be quite fine against that, I think. These Geos return home, both on 2 HP. It's just not worth it. Lots of anti-air. Except for Enrique. Really need to give Enrique a visit. Let's bring all like 6 geos together and just send them off to that fellow. He'll lose all of his carbon workers. That's gonna get to T3 now and he can join in the shenanigans. Might have his own problem with stuck mechs here with this prefab shelter. Not as big of a loss though if he deletes that one compared to spaceport. Geo's again looking for some damage, but every fucking time they come in here, just get shot at by automatic troop fire. Just like 3 control groups of geos flying around the map. Not doing too much though. Tekilaz got himself off to T3, that's good. So everyone's T3 and nobody's died yet, so that's one of your prerequisites for a longer game. It looks like Offend to Defend has pulled all his units back and taken the pressure off of Enrique, and the geos are now heading over to that lad. Still got the scout alive, getting a bit of scouting information, searching for some anti-air. Probably very conscious of that now after all the Geonosian casualties to anti-air troopers. And this could be a bad time for Enrique here, splitting up the geos just to get as much damage done as quickly as possible before workers are garrisoned away. And all you can hear is Geonosian villagers being slain. An awful lot. That's really devastated this player. And the geos don't do too much damage when you've got a bunch of them. You can put them in the power core. Our boy Knight says that he's coming, but not sure what with. So he's just saying that Enrique garrisoning 2 fighters here. Geo's finally being microed here, but it's a bit too late. But we could say the damage is done and the geos have sort of served their purpose this game. Probably time to move on. Tekilaz taking a lot of damage from strike mechs, which he's built no defense himself. He's just built 2 command centers. Seems to be relying on my mech destroyer to deal with this, which you don't really want to be doing ever, because you're then relying on someone else's coordination for something that doesn't really affect them and they might not even be paying attention to in the first place. A couple of medics out here, don't know if they were to heal up those 2 low HP Geonosian warriors. And starting to rally off mech destroyers. There's a Sith apprentice on the go. This poor worker's getting gangbanged by Tuskats though. Not a good time. Tekilaz finally making a mech destroyer, just not bringing it forward. Looks like a bit of a push here from Offend to Defend, but he has lost it there. It's been cleaned up by Enrique. But he should be way ahead of him in terms of worker count now. Let's have a quick look at Enrique. 19 workers versus 67. It's a huge deficit now. Fort going down here, grabbing up some land in the middle of flats here, positioning towards kick. Tekilaz only the 1 mech destroyer. Not really looking to do much. But at the same time, Knight getting a very ambitious fort down here. Heavy weapons factory, shield generator. And looking to put some pressure on myself here. That's a tricky spot to be in. You just set everything up here. And don't have a lot of infrastructure to deal with this at home. Do fortunately at least have a fort in position. But not a huge boom for the eco or anything like that. We're just looking to maybe eliminate kick here. And then have a sort of 3v1 on night, I guess. Since Enrique's sort of out of the game for quite a while. I do have red shown up here, it's very good. Flanking this position where the fort is not. If you can snipe the workers that'd be great, but he just seems to be running into the fort. Really helped put some pressure on there. Need to try and kill this forward very quickly so we can return to the original plan and kill kick. All those Tuskats in this map. Going ham. Shooting the power core, but it's shielded and it's taking 0 damage. It's just regenning the damage it takes. Another Tuskat. Is this a Gungan unit? The pummel coming over here. That's Sif Apprentice. Mech destroyers really for a night, just this one that's now getting Tuskatted as well, so not much to stop these pummels. We better make it Mounties. There you go. The Mounties will do very well against these. They even got an attack upgrade, so that should really help. Go for the low health one first. Kick with a defensive fort. Doesn't actually see forward, but he is attacking here against Tekilaz, who's not microing his units. Losing lots of strike mechs here. Now getting one tapped. It would be good to send the Geos over there. I think they would kill that army. Defend to defend, making a forward to deal with the forward. I like it. I think the Geos are maybe going to get sent over. Kick seems to be building this little fort. There's lots of them, made a lot of them in this game. Not sure what that's all about. They take a lot of damage until they get on top, but my god, is it just like a really laggy game or something? It's not seeming too responsive. Not the best anti-air though. Not durable enough. They do eventually die to the Geos, and then the troops will start being killed. It's strange little war of buildings over here. Made a few more pummels, a couple of mech destroyers, send them over. I really want to get rid of this so we can just focus on killing kick here. Definitely slowing things down seriously because the amount of resources we're having to put in, particularly carbon, into these units. Which could be, you know, artillery getting pumped out. The knight has got to T4, he's starting to pump out repeater troopers. Very cost efficient unit dealing with this. Defend to defend, being a right little lad here. Still sending an attack off to Enrique while helping out here on this side. I like it. Some good teamwork. Hummel's not really being microed too well. Need to get them on that fort. The fort needs to go down. And small push prodding into kick space here now. After cleaning up that forward army he sent towards Tekilaz. Artillery not the best against the fort, taking quite a lot of damage from it. Kick trying to build a very ambitious shield generator there, like right in the face of the army. That's not going to work. He needs to build it in a backward position behind the fort, where it can be protected the longest. He has hit T4 though, I myself still T3. Probably very preoccupied with this whole scenario. Knight looking to build over some buildings here so he can help kick out on this side. Defend to defend, pushing up, but no defense against Mounties, and he's just going to lose all of these units. There's no strike mechs or anything. They're just going to die for practically free. You look at the damage the Mounties are doing to them. Absolutely hard countered. Tekilaz getting his revenge here, rebuilt his strike mechs. Send them over here, taking out all those troops that Kik was relying on, as the artillery damage is really starting to ramp up now against the fortress. See an air cruiser being built for try and stall things out and take some good shots on this army, delay things. But the fort might actually go down because of the long build time of the air cruiser. Might go down before it's built. This fort is still up. I think the best solution here is really just to get to T4 and build a cannon and shoot at it from like this position. Defend it, I think. He's not really committed much units to this. He's not really built a lot of units, to be honest. He's seems to be chilling maybe a bit too much. Though the air cruiser did get out due to some repairs, I think. Some Geos coming over. I don't think I've ever really seen Geos go for an air cruiser, but sometimes look at that. What is that? Bad pathing. They would have gotten it. It's really sad to see little things like that. So the air cruiser scumbags its way to surviving with 37 health due to some really shitty pathing design. Fort going up here for Enrique, postponing his hold on this side. I think if Kik and Knight get into the late game, they'll have a much bigger advantage, I think, on my team here, my side. Due to just all around player skill. In terms of playing the late game. So you're really feeling the not being T4. I don't know what's going on. I've just been going hard on the T3. I've got to build so many units to deal with this crap as well. It's not really been a boom or anything as such. This is... I don't know what this is. Rage mech factories. It's an awful lot of mech factories. No comment. Don't know. All the health of these artilleries. Getting hit through the air cruiser. See all these mech destroyers getting out now. From Knight. Great upgrades on them. Really going to help hold that side. So pinging the forward, wanting rid of it. It's incredibly annoying. I never got that holocron. It's just sitting there. Repeater troopers now going to sit in the shield and be annoying. Having to pull all these T3 artilleries back. Defend to defense, really having a hard time breaking through here on Enrique. Strike mech's getting in position to deal with these repeater troopers. They're trading quite well, considering the numbers. Artillery is really struggling to get in here because of the way Flats is. You see all these annoying cliffs. And then the tree line occupying the area between the cliffs. All these units just do nothing. Completely stopped all aggression on Kik's side. Right, artillery getting some big volleys here now. Offend to defend, pushing up. Nothing to really deal with fort though. If these units come forward, I think they could just win the game. They could really put the pressure on the Tekilaz. We're off trying to deal with this. Mounties running into our base now. Thank God we've got a million mech factories making T3 strike mechs to defend. It doesn't look like Red's ever going to break through. He's still not making the right unit compositions and losing to Mounties again and again. And Tekilaz is not doing anything at all. A sandbag of a teammate. He's finally made some forwards. Will he make some units? Oh look, hit T4. Yeah. Upgrade some of these units, that'd be great. The latest T4 ever. Yeah, what is going on over here? It's like they think there's just like this big army from me pushing. Just waiting. It's over here. I'm dealing with this nonsense. Asking for air as the Geos get in there. Enjoyable. Just love watching them kill workers. Complete bullshit unit. Ah, the cannon, finally. The fort does go down. Some Geos running around, shooting at traders. Anti-air running past them. Beautiful. I don't know why Tekilaz is over here. What in the fuck is he doing? It's like he's trying to lose. What is this? Ah, the AC. It's awoken. Awoken from its slumber. So I'm not too sure what we're going to get up to here now. We have got rid of that forward. So like this part of the map's now open, so we can do what we want. Kick's still hiding in his base, which is great. Great for us. And all of Knight's units are still just sitting in his base as well. Knight is incredibly passive this game, like he can only play every 5 minutes for 30 seconds or so. This must be one of those windows. His units have come forward now. Not really anything for Tekilaz. He threw a lot of his units away. Made some heavy strike mechs. Having to come over and help Red out here on this side. A guy who at one point had 50 workers more than his opponent, but still kept losing. Painful. How do we deal with pain? We just live with it. Just live with the pain. So the artillery finally getting a bit of an upgrade. Coming over. Is Red going to make more units or just do what people mostly do and just sit and watch us deal with things? Because there's a lot of cannons he can't defend. Just 5 cannons, anti-air turret that he's about to lose. Maybe he'll catch the AC if it gets ambitious. Oh, there's our Sith apprentice. Did he get that holo? Oh, it did. It's good times. But the extra Nova income will be great for making artillery. We've got Knight who's decided to make some strike mechs now and play the game again. I'm going to throw these into our economy, that'll be very painful. Do have all these mech factories that could maybe shit out a bunch of mech destroyers to deal with this. Huge conglomeration of units here. Keep building another air cruiser. It only takes one and then you're addicted. Some strikes try running to red space here as well. It's going to be very difficult to deal with as Knight starts funneling out these assault mechs now on this side. Taking a huge volley of artillery fire, those Mounties there. Not enough of them. Not spread out either, just on line formation. No shield though, so this is just a failed venture, this push. Gonna have to pull back. Or the assault mechs are just gonna tear everything to shreds. And these guys are already on very low health from the AC shots that they took earlier. Just tons of strike mechs running through the base, split up, killing lots of workers. Difficult to deal with, and then the looming threat of Kick and Knight pushing on this side as well. Tekilaz built an assault mech here. It really just looks like there's too much on any side for us to ever break through. I'm just going to slowly starve out of this game. Don't have a very good unit composition together. Don't have a lot of units together either. See these mech destroyers, they're on a strike mech duty. Try to clean things up. Tekilaz just not really making much. Got some cannons, one assault mech, a few strikes. Plays the game like it's an RPG. Only have like 9 units that he's got to micro. And these assault mechs pushing through. Not much threat to them in this game mode either, given the civs. No like Jedi conversions or anything, so they're a great pick in this instance. Even the air cruisers as well, not really air civs as such. So a lot of these things can be really effective in this kind of game. Such passivity. 3 ACs now. Maybe brave enough to walk out. Put the pressure on Tekilaz. More strike mechs. Gotten some spaceports down, but it's probably a bit too late to get the trade on the go. How are we doing in terms of workers? Probably lost an awful lot. 120. It's not too bad. Making lots of strike mechs. They don't get the same upgrades though for the Confederacy. Really just need to get an army together somewhere and start prodding. Sitting in the centre would be good, since there's nothing there. I think red's just going to die very soon. Another annoying little forward base made here for Knight. Some cannons pushing up. Some shield generators being thrown down here by Enrique. He's pushing with his own air cruiser. Kick sending some troops over here. Tekilaz actually built some units and cleaned that up. That's great. Good start. Keep it up. These strike mechs running through. Maybe gonna just throw them into the eco. Do a bit of damage back to them. Might not have the same tenacity we do to rebuilding all their workers. But there's nothing really here to stop this push of the big Gungan assault mechs. Cannons shooting at the other cannons. They're just gonna sit there and die, aren't they? Peak Tekilaz. Lots of workers getting shot at here from these strike mechs. Probably be some angry pinging or something from them soon. Kick does have mech destroyers here though. In position, which is great. There's the angry ping. Clockwork. We can't lose everything to strike. Tekilaz, finally, an army pushing up here. These ACs are going to decimate it though, because this turret's not up. There's 4 of them as well. Heavy damage being done. They might even get a second volley off before that turret's up. Lots of traders being killed by the strike mechs. It's really delaying things out and buying us some time. Trying our best to come and kill this army here, help Red out, who's not actually using his units, which would be great to help. See, we split them up to try and limit the area damage being taken and try and focus fire the assault mechs down. Doing a pretty good job, all things considered there. Sit here, we're getting chased by loads of mech destroyers, so these strike mechs are not long for this world. AC from Enrique doing some damage there. Cleaned up a lot of the units, but there just doesn't seem to be anything on the field for Red. So I don't think we've really made much of a difference on that side, really. Have to kill the entire army. The strikes do skulk out. I think maybe Kit could run out of things. Using a lot of that carbon. These workers are not in the best place. Forward facing. This carbon's very hard to get at. However, more strike mechs here for Knight. And just nothing out of Red here. He's really fallen apart this game. ACs and assault mechs now, as that trade gets online, you can just make food and Nova units all day long. Facing 2 great mech civs in the late game. Very painful. As Confederacy. Don't really see any more units at Tekilaz. It seems to be it. That one little army is made. It's a little bit painful to watch, but not really surprised. I saw the teams at the start of the game. Kinda went down exactly how I would figure it would go. Other than making like 20 mech factories, so that was a bit of a surprise. 20 Geonosian warriors. It's a bit overkill. I think nowadays only make a couple. And then just go straight into a big boom. It's like 3 different fights to deal with. Not possible. So many units out for Knight now. I think Red even has a few units together. Got 1 mech destroyer. About on par with Tekilaz and his 1 assault mech. The AT-ATs are just building up now for a kick. Just decimating everything here. Got some units together, some grenadiers, some night destroyers, trying to deal with this threat, but at what cost as we lose everything else all over the map. A lot of units positioned defensively throughout their base there, in case strike mechs come. You can hear a Geonosian just going at it. Long forgotten soldier who still fights the war. A lot of AT-ATs going down here. If he didn't have infinite Nova, that would be quite painful. Calling GG there. It's pretty much our last stand in this game. And that's about the end of it. I'll have a little quick tour of the achievements. Some people like to see this stuff. Who had the most ore? Good times. And there's a work account. Never really got that high. Never had a good boom in that game. Bloody Enrique, 71. Still battering red. Anyway, if you enjoyed that, give the video a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay? Take care. Bye-bye.